We're breaking down the new America's Got Talent trailer to find all the hidden gems you missed. America's Got Talent is back, and with it is the first trailer showing off a new team with old favorites as well as some fresh faces in the form of Terry Crews, Julianne Hough, and Gabrielle Union. And with this spot for the 14th chapter of the series, we're highlighting all the Easter eggs and details that you might have missed. First up, the spot opens on the Isle of Cowell, where Simon, aka Captain Britannica, hides out during his off-season. In this scene, Cowell has upgraded his lair after the devastating attack from Mr. Insidious, which left it destroyed in between chapters 12 and 13 of AGT. Fan favorites Squiddly and Diddly are seen here dutifully by their master's side as he prepares to assemble the team. If you look close at the furry friends, you can see that Diddly's fur is slightly darker than we're used to seeing. Could this mean that the classic dark Shih Tzu storyline could finally happen? We can't say for sure, but based on the way Squiddly is shaking, we'd say it's a definite possibility. Now, you might remember how the team disbanded at the end of last summer, but from the looks of this trailer, a new intergalactic force has inspired Cowell to jump back into action and fire up the AGT signal once again. But for this new threat, he's breaking out the big guns and bringing in some fresh blood.
It's time.
With the signal sent out, we first find one of the founding members of the squad, Howie Mandel, aka Dr. Punchline, backstage at a comedy show. The name, of course, references how he activates his superpowers only after he delivers an amazing joke. Looking in the background, we can see tour posters and cases that indicate Dr. Punchline is out on the road again, charging up his powers during the off-season. Howie appears to be in top form after the stage fright storyline, which left fans upset after going dark and gritty with the usual goofy and affable comedian. But now it seems the old Howie is back and ready to rejoin the team.
That's my cue.
As the scene comes to a close, we even see a callback to his beloved invisible staircase move, and you'll also notice that Howie is now rocking the Mark 15 version of his iconic glasses, which have been enhanced with temporal foresight. We can also see that Howie's jacket has recently been patched up. In fact, if we zoom in, we can see the patches are made of the remains of his costume from his scrape with the Deal Breaker in his spin-off series. Maybe if Deal Breaker had taken Howie's deal, he might not have ended up at the bottom of a volcano. He should have known that if you mess with Dr. Punchline, you're gonna get roasted. Next up, we get a huge reveal, the first look at one of our two new judges, Gabrielle Union, who is hard at work as a mild-mannered actress in Hollywood. On the prop chalkboard behind her, you can see names written in Arabic. It's no coincidence that these just so happen to spell out the hosts' names with Simon's name circled, foreshadowing the squad's eventual team-up. Another Easter egg are the artifacts found behind her on the Office set. Now, these are no accident as they hint at the secret hideout of Terry Crews, but more on that later. Back on Union, she receives the AGT signal on a high-tech watch we haven't seen before, causing her to leap into action. Since she is surrounded by a large film crew, Gabrielle escapes using the trick bookcase maneuver, which she also used to escape Sarjon's tomb back in her solo prequel. She even references it right before her exit.
Sarjon's tomb exists!
Next, we cut over to a dance studio where we find our second team member, Julianne Hough, training her backup squad. Hough spent the last few chapters as the mind-controlled villain, the Tango Terror, while working for the Dance Star Troopers, but now we get to see her in a new light, using her teleporting skills for good to train a whole new generation of dance-powered superheroes. Now, the lesson is short-lived, though, when one of her students points out a familiar-looking signal out over the city skyline. We see Julianne leave her mentees and sign off with her classic catchphrase.
Sorry guys, I gotta bounce.
From there, the trailer takes a trip to the Himalayas to check in with the new AGT host, Terry Crews. In classic Terry style, he's working on a painting of a bird in his iconic beret with no shirt combo. Now, since Terry's stint on AGT Champions, fans have been waiting for him to make the crossover onto the main America's Got Talent squad, but had given up hope after he declared he was done with the hero game. However, it seems even he can't resist Cowell's call as we see him sprout his giant wings and take flight.
Time to fly.
Terry fanatics remember his alter ego, Ice Angel, had some trouble getting airborne in the Winter Snow chapter, but here he's rocking a full wingspan, soaring above the clouds, just like the Avatar bird in his painting. And as the team appears in Simon's lair, we see Terry rocking one of his impeccable suits in honor of his AGT Champions days. He is followed by Julianne out of her dance uniform and in heels that we expect will do some major damage this chapter. We see another one of Cowell's lair upgrades as a bookshelf rotates to reveal Gabrielle. Also, Dr. Punchline superfans are in for a treat. Out of the shadows comes Howie donning his original costume, and while it's a little out of place amongst the rest of the team's more sleek and modern looks, the throwback is perfect for Howie fans.
Rookies.
And there it is, the America's Got Talent team is fully assembled at last. We then cut to Cowell as he welcomes the squad in his trademarked droll tone, which gives us an up-close look at a pretty gnarly scar on his right cheek. Where did the scar come from? Is he seeking revenge for whoever gave him that scar? And does this mean Simon will be on the warpath this season? We'll have to wait and see for the answers to all of this and more when the new season of America's Got Talent premieres on May 28th on NBC. But what do you folks think? Are you ready for the newest chapter of America's Got Talent? What's Simon up to in his lair? And how do you think the new judges will all get along? Let's discuss.
Hey YouTubers, it's Gab Union. Thank you for watching. Click below and subscribe. Thanks guys. Now back to your cat videos.